Good evening, nations of Israel. From Central Texas, Charles Pitsace again, and we're going to pick up where we left off last time. The title is of this video is "Darkness in the Land," Part 2. And why is there so much darkness in the land? What is darkness? Ignorance, not knowing exactly what's going on. All the events that we're seeing that are happening, from the economy to what's going on in the Middle East, and so many other subjects that keep people in total darkness as to what's going on. We're going to be getting into each one of those subjects, but today is what's the source of, let's say, that knowledge, that true knowledge, that higher knowledge. I really like to call it, let's say, a new conscience or a higher knowledge, and we're going to get into the source of that true knowledge. But before we get into the source of how to attain that higher knowledge, I would like to make a small pause here and number one, tell you and let you know that I know that I'm going to be challenged, specifically on that source to attain that higher knowledge from past experiences and dealing with human beings. I've been exposed to so many circumstances where I know that people will challenge different opinions, and that's fine. That's perfectly all right. You have the right to just hit that button and go on to the next channel or video. But however, I would like you to please give me the opportunity to explain a couple things to you. As a matter of fact, I know that several groups, specifically those in the academia, will definitely be amongst the first to challenge me or any similar opinions. Theologians, scholars, all these brilliant minds that are out there, and people from different religions as well. But at this juncture, I'd like to emphasize that by no means I'm trying to preach a religion to you of any kind. I am not a religious person at all. I could emphatically say that to you because I learned a long time ago to distinguish between religion and true spirituality. The difference to me is that religion will always fail you, and has failed me, and has failed a lot of my relatives and friends. But spirituality, the source or the fountain for this, is a new way to live with a set of laws that are, in fact, infallible. They will never fail you. So, more on the subject of the disappointments from different religions, sects, doctrines later on. But for right now, I know, getting back to those in the academia circles, and to theologians and scholars, I could tell you that with all of your knowledge, and I don't discard the fact that you have spent many years acquiring knowledge, you will never, ever be able to discard the fact that the Bible could easily be proven as a true source of knowledge and many other things. We could also use the Bible as a true source of history, but also, and most important, as the true Word of God, simply by all of its written prophecy. The Bible has got hundreds of prophecies that are so detailed, exact, and precise that it would astonish anybody that's willing to listen or read about them. And of course, do the necessary research. So today I'm going to be providing you with just one of these prophecies as prove that we could trust the Bible as that one true source in acquiring that higher knowledge, that new conscience, if you will. And we're going to be talking about a great city that existed about 2,500 years ago. And that's the city that confounded even the highest of the skeptics, let's say, in the city. Uh, 2,500 2,500 years ago had existed already for 1,500, and this was the mistress of the sea, of the whole world. It was a commercial center. It was beautiful, rich, and very stable. The city was ancient Tyre on the Mediterranean. It was uh, located on the western coastal area of Phoenicia. And right around the year of 604 BC, the nation of Judah had been invaded by the Chaldeans. And you could also look this up in your secular history, and it was King Nebuchadnezzar, who of the Chaldean Empire, who invaded the city of Judah, and it was taken captive. So at this time, here comes Tired and decided that they were going to participate in taking the spoil from Judah. And because of this, we could read in the book of Ezekiel, starting in chapter 26, verse 1 through 3. That it says that in the 11th year, on the first day of the month, now this would be in 585 BC, the word of the Eternal came to me. That was through Ezekiel. He was writing this. He was just a mortal man like you and me, but he was a prophet. And that was God now that's going to quote, and he says, "Son of man, since Tyre has gloated over Jerusalem." And now here's what Tyre is saying about Jerusalem. Aha, this door into the nation is broken down. It lies open to me. I shall prosper. Now she is laid waste. So, the Lord then, the Eternal, utters this sentence, Tyre, I am against you. I will bring many nations against you as the sea brings many waves. Okay, so we have God Himself, not just any human being, saying what's going to happen to Tyre. And then, we see that also we learn through secular history that for 1,500 years, many armed forces of other cities and nations had attacked this proud city of Tyre, but they were never successful. And here's God through the book of Ezekiel, using Ezekiel as the prophet that utters this, saying that what's going to happen to Tyre. And we could also go further down into Ezekiel, same chapter 26 and verse 7. And God is more precise there because now He tells Ezekiel distinctly what's going to happen to the nation of Tyre. And He says the following: He shall slay with the sword, meaning that Nebuchadnezzar will slay with the sword thy daughters in the field. He shall set engines of war against thy walls, and with his axes he shall break down thy towers. He shall enter into thy gates, and with the hoofs of his horses shall he tread down all thy streets. He shall slay thy people by the sword, and thy strong garrisons or pillars he will go down. They will go down to the ground, or your strong pillars, as it could be synonymous of garrisons here. They would all go down to the ground. So God is being very precise. previously, we also read that it was going to be many nations. Later on, he brings Alexander the Great, and basically he is telling uh, us in this great prophecy that around the year of 332 BC, it was going to be Alexander the Great who would come in and totally destroy that city. And as you're going to see some pictures here in this video, that up to today, the ruler of the universe, God Almighty, has kept that prophecy, because part of that prophecy was going to be that never again they were going to be built on that. Nothing was going to be able to be built on that island. And in fact, he says that the Tyre would remain a rock for spreading of fishermen's nets, and that's what it is today. 2,500 years. So, whatever God utters, He actually comes and brings it to pass. So, at this point, I don't think I need to say any more. Only that if you would like to continue in darkness is entirely up to you. But how sad would that be? Don't you think? Now, back to the main subject, darkness in the land, where this that higher type of knowledge come from. Do you know? I didn't know either. At one time, I was really in darkness myself. But let me explain that too. Its only source is God. For that true higher knowledge. Through a number of factors, if you will. I'll take you through a number of these factors so that you could see how to acquire, how to obtain this higher type of knowledge. And I'd like to mention one of the scriptures that I brought up in the first segment of this series, Darkness in the Land, Part 1. And that would be from the book of Hosea. And that would be starting at chapter 4 and verse 1. And it says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land." So God is saying here there is a controversy, that because there's no truth, because there's no knowledge of Him. And actually, with all these churches that we have out there, with all these different denominations, with all these temples, there is no truth, no knowledge of God. Okay, there's no sense in being out there and not acquiring that all this truth that we need. So, one of these factors in obtaining this new higher knowledge, starting with one, I'll name them, I have four, would be the Bible, Old and New Testament. Second factor is history from the Bible, as well as secular history of world events. And basically, number three would be the understanding of prophecy from the Old and New Testament. And number four, I'm going to leave it with a big question mark, because that's the main ingredient. But I have to make a bridge on the next video between the Old Testament and the New Testament for all of you skeptics, or for any religious beliefs, that some believe that it's only the Old Testament, some believe that it's only the New Testament, and so on and so forth. But that will be on the next video.